holidays, be in the middle of the week. It's a new year, Robin. I'm just trying to get my bearings.
Yes, it's going to take some time to get you. And I'm still riding 2024. It's going to take some time to get used to it. But Happy New Year, everyone. Yesterday, we had a rough start to the morning drive. We had so many fatalities on the road. And unfortunately, this morning, we're starting off with another fatality, a body discovered on the 5 in Lincoln Heights, northbound 5 at Broadway. And so as the investigation continues, we have only one lane open to squeeze by in. The far left lane is all that's open, but they're working on clearing this right now. 5:30 was the estimated time of clearing. It looks like it's going to get done much earlier. So we're just waiting for the official word that they've cleared the scene. I can see some slow traffic here passing, so definitely consider Main instead of Broadway. And if you're just leaving the area, get on the freeway after Broadway. You can bypass the closure and the slow traffic. So this is the biggest problem. This traffic alert. We'll check in on more freeways and drive times coming up in a bit. Adrienne, Lynette, back to you.
It's a foggy morning in Orange County. The South Bay, LA County doing a bit better. The sun will be up at 6:58. It's going to be a bright start. Grab the sunglasses. The sun setting at 4:55, 9 hours, 57 minutes of daylight. Let's make the best of it. I'm going to get you ready for a warm one. Right now, let's talk about traffic. What's up, Robin?
So many problems to talk about, especially the 5 Belen, northbound 5 at Broadway. Several lanes closed to investigate a fatality. We'll check in with Street Vision, check your drive time, and talk about alternate routes coming up when Today in LA returns after the break.
Full day for a parade, Belen. It was perfect out there.
It was bright, sunny. You know, it's Southern California Chamber of Commerce weather,
and
right?
I was watching the football game later on
Same
in the day,
thing.
and then the announcers, they talk about, like, does this just seem like fantasy land living in Southern California? Because they're talking about the teams involved, right? Oregon and Ohio State. It's probably in the 20s or 30s in those specific cities and states.
Yeah.
And then here we are in the mid 60s at game time. It was beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah.
The weather cooperated, thankfully. Although this time of year, this isn't usual, right? We've been looking at that deficit grow. We've had very dry conditions so far, but at least for that day, it was fantastic. And you know what? Today is going to be another great one as well. So here's the forecast for Float Fest. Again, this is happening today, 7 a.m., starting off early for folks that have disability and seniors. But for everyone else at 9 a.m., and it's going to be cool temperatures at 58 degrees. Put on that sunscreen because it is going to be bright. Around noon, it'll be 74 degrees, bright and sunny. And around 3 p.m., temperatures will be warm around 78. A reminder that this does go until 5 p.m. Now let's talk about the weather right now because it's foggy over in Orange County, visibility down to about 4 miles, but this is better than where we were yesterday where we had a dense fog advisory along the coast. Inland, it's going to be a bright sunny start. Now here are the other things I'm tracking, the temperatures. Those are going up. Today's going to be the warmest day out of the week. Some folks could hit highs in the 80s. Here's another thing. We're going to have changes starting tomorrow. Onshore flow is going to return, so that's going to help lower our temperatures. A system up to our north is going to increase the cloud cover, drop our numbers, and could have some gusty winds return in the forecast for next week. So the weather will be changing through Saturday, but then next week we could see the return of Santa Ana winds. And unfortunately, our dry weather continues. Now, here's what I've got for you this morning. A cold start. You need the fuzzy socks in the deserts, the seat warmers, 20s and 30s, Big Bear 23, 40s and 30s in the Inland Empire, more 40s in Orange County, 50s for LA County, and 40s through the San Fernando Valley and into Ventura County. That's a big difference from what we're going to see this afternoon. Here you have it, highs in the 70s and some spots in the 80s. Looking at 80s for Riverside, Lake Elsinore, Hemet, Temecula. A cool day in the deserts. Temperatures there will be in the 60s. Same goes for Big Bear. It will be pleasant. For everyone else, we may need to use that AC this afternoon. Now, the weather does change after today. Look at this. That system up to our north will drop our numbers Friday and Saturday. This is the forecast for Santa Clarita. And then temperatures go back up on Sunday and Monday. Now, I want to point out what's happening on Tuesday and Wednesday. Notice how the numbers come down into the upper 60s. That's when we have the potential of seeing Santa Ana winds. And my concern is that usually when we have Santa Ana winds, that helps warm our numbers, but this is looking like a cold Santa Ana wind. So when we have those combinations, unfortunately, that means that the winds could be even stronger. We're still a few days out. I for one, am hoping that we're wrong because we don't want those strong winds in our forecast, but we will keep you posted. Basin, Orange County, 7-day forecast. You see these numbers coming down Friday, Saturday with more cloud cover. Saturday, the coolest day of the week, and then temperatures warm through next week with the sunshine returning in the 70s. The forecast in the valleys and Inland Empire will be in the upper 70s, low 80s tomorrow. Numbers dropping into the upper 60s for the valleys. Cooler on Saturday and breezy, and then you see the numbers in the 70s for next week and windy on Tuesday and Wednesday. The forecast in the deserts turns windy on Saturday and cooler. The low desert will have upper 70s, and finally in the mountains, we've got breezy conditions today. That's why it's going to be a little on the warm side, but then colder Friday, Saturday, and temperatures through next week will be in the 40s on Tuesday and Wednesday when those Santa Ana winds could return. We'll keep you posted. Right now, here's traffic with Robin.
Traffic is looking good and moving well. We had one big problem that was on the 5 South in Lincoln Heights at Broadway. That traffic alert cleared, all lanes open. Street Vision showing you the drive now on South 5, leaving East LA, heading down toward Commerce. And so far, it's looking good. Yes, it's starting to pick up, but no issues along this stretch. It's going to be wide open for that southbound trip. Under 16 minutes to make it from East LA down to the 91. The 710 looks great. The 605 is looking good. Under 15 minutes for the drive between the 10 and the 105. So that's perfect. Leaving East LA, heading toward downtown, Mid-City, the 405, no problems for the 10. The 101 looks good between the 5 and the 134. The 110 is off to a quiet start, making your drive from Carson, South LA, continuing into downtown LA. Yesterday morning, we had a number of problems on the 110. This morning, we're off to a really good start. The drive on the 57 looks great. San Dimas to Orange. The 60 is a smooth drive. Riverside heading toward Diamond Bar, and no problems for the 71. You're good to go with no issues from Pomona down to San Dimas. Adrian, back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you.